Hello everyone, this is the Prussian Prince. Finally, with the Chaos Riders tournament footage. This is going to be the first Chaos Riders tournament. Yes, that's right, there's a second one ongoing right now. And this first one, we will see first round match, aka the round of 32, between UW's Bruce and Chaos Blade. Looks like the first two maps will be Kawabe River. Definitely an interesting map, honestly. There's lots of terrain to go around. There's water, you have forests. So, lots of interesting things you can do here. Even with melee units, there's some line of sight blockers as well. Plenty of them, actually. And you can even go without 150s on this map if you so desire, if you have a specific strategy in mind, basically. And my game keeps freezing. There we go. Should be fine now. Alright, so here we are in game. Gonna put it in slow-mo. Look over Chaos Blade's build. We see here, it looks like a bunch of Yari keys, 4 Yari keys, mix of rank 3s and rank 2s, 2 rank 2s, 2 rank 4s. I believe this is, no, 2 rank 3s, my bad. And then we see the general over here. Seems to have... Okay, so he's actually probably command general, not sure. Then we see Yarikachi over here, Nagoya, it's rank 3. We actually have a Royal Marine unit in the center, 150, 2 Red Bears as well. We see a Red Bear with an Azure Dragon Force over here, and another Red Bear. He also has some hidden cav here, a revolver, with, looks like, 2 of these Saber Cav, both rank 2 as well, with melee attack upgrades. We do have on the field a workshop, archery dojo, and a farmhouse. Now, for Bruce's build, we see an infantry, the marine, 150 range obviously, Imperial Guard Cav, interesting choice. Then we see how many red bears, 4 red bears, 2 black bears, and a US Marine. So 2 150 is actually interesting choice for sure. And his general is a gun general. Then we have 2 Yari keys, both vanilla and probably more cav here. Probably. We also see another Imperial Guard cav. Not quite sure about bringing 2 Imperial Guard cav, honestly. Would have preferred to see revolver cav. So here comes Bruce up front. I'm not sure about this move at all. Because Chaos Blade definitely has the advantage here. Honestly, Chaos Blade, what he could obviously just do here is pull back his Royal Marines, because right now they're gonna take some damage. Yes, they will absolutely smash these units. This was a bit unnecessary. He could just kite a bit with them, you know. But I guess it still works. Engagements will happen here. I don't know what Bruce is doing here, but his infantry will get shot. His Yariki here dying completely to the Yariki of Chaos Blade. Actually, important note is that Workshop was taken by Chaos. He's getting some really good cav charges in with his Saber Cav. Revolvers will, of course, melt the Imperial Guard Cav. Imperial Guard Cav has no chance against revolvers. We see here the Yarikachi connecting with the US Marines. Massive move there for Chaos. And right now he's completely dominating this game. And his Yariki has also destroyed the general of Bruce. All of Bruce's units completely routing off the field right now, except he has this 1 infantry, the Marine here, that will probably stick around for a bit, but soon enough he will chain route along with the rest of Bruce's forces. And this is an incredibly decisive first game for Chaos Blade right here. Not close at all. I mean, he took... I don't think there's a single bad engagement that he took this game. Just completely outplayed Bruce here. And again, two 150 range units on the field is a bit risky. I would not use them unless you are really confident in your ability to micro them properly and not get them caught. Which is honestly like really difficult to do. So I would just prefer to see only 150. That's much better. That is the standard, and it's really easier to play around with. Now let's look at the stats for the first game. Kills, Chaos Blade, or just by unit rather. It's Yari keys. Not doing In terms of kills, not doing that great, but they were still alive, most of them, and they did the job. The Yarikachi obviously killing a Marine unit, Saber Cav doing very well. The Marine in the center crushing through the Red Bears of Bruce. The Revolver Cav, well, obviously effective as it killed at least an Imperial Guard Cav and some other stuff. Now for Bruce, none of his Yariki did well. None of his Red Bears did well. His US Marine didn't do well. The Imperial Guard Cav didn't do well. His General didn't do well. The Black Bears didn't do well. There's actually nothing in Bruce's army that was cost effective. So yeah, first game, decisive victory for Chaos Blade. We'll see how the next one goes. So this is the second game. Again, Kawabe River, because the map only changes once every 2 games. And I forgot to mention, actually, but the tournament is best of 5 until semifinals, and then the semifinals and finals are best of 7. So definitely interesting stuff. Now let's get back into the game and take a look at things. What does Chaos Blade have? Well, slow motion time. Obviously his general here. Then we see Shogunate Guard Infantry and a US Marine 150 range. Looks like a bunch of Red Bears. Another Shogunate Guard Infantry. So 3 elites, interesting. See 3 Red Bears, of course. 4 Red Bears actually, and the rest of his units. Looks like he's got around 4 cav. Yeah, he has this Yariki rank 4, Yariki rank 3 here, 1 rank 2, this one rank 2 as well. So very sturdy line composition for Chaos. Revolver with a Saber Cav rank 2 here. And that seems to be it for Chaos. I don't really see any other units. However, for Bruce, we see, well, looks like Imperial Guard Cav again. I'm not too sure about it. Of course, the same general as before. Bunch of Yarikis. Looks like 3 of them, 1 rank 1. Make that 4, and this one is also vanilla. Then we have a Red Bear over here with, oh, reload. I thought it had suppression fire since they're just level 1, but that's good too. So 2 Red Bears here, Marine in the center, a White Bear, Red Bear, and another Red Bear here. Now, honestly, the one unit that's kind of here is the Tosa. On this map, I would not really say that Tosa is the best choice, unless you really got a plan for it. But it's still very difficult to utilize the Tosa here. If you're rushed, it's also even more difficult. Now, he also has a Spear Levy along with his Tosa. I guess he's using that as defense or as a meat shield when he tries to push an area. But anyway, let's just hit play. Of course, Sword Dojo, Workshop, Farmhouse. Sword Dojo looks like will be taken by Chaos. Same with Farmhouse. And actually, same with Workshop. So, Chaos moved his units slightly quicker, which allows him to cap the dojos. This is very, very important. Whereas Chaos making a small mistake here because his units are not totally in position. Looks like now he's going to end up firing at that White Bear, and it does mean that the Tosa gets targeted as well. But we do see Bruce actually has a bit of firepower superiority here, which is nice for him, I suppose. And here he's actually in the forest against the Shogunate Guard Infantry. And he's firing, like he's got a really nice position with this unit, so it's kind of training pretty effectively here against this Shogunate Guard unit, especially once this Red Bear moves up. But it's moving up too much, honestly, so yeah, this is a bad engagement. There's an engagement over here. Shogunate Guard Infantry here of Chaos getting charged, but this Revolver here for Chaos is going to do such significant damage here. Then there's an engagement here. The White Bear gets charged. Yariki engaging all of... It's engaging like... It has 4 units occupied here, which allows these 2 Red Bears of Chaos to shoot into the blob. Now here we see all these units of Bruce gonna run. On this flank, the Yariki is connected with Red Bears. Got more Red Bear support here. And again, all of the dojos except the farmhouse are in command of Chaos, giving him huge boosts to his units right now in melee. And that is going to be game. Again, not much to analyze here. Chaos just played much better, I suppose you could say. He got the better engagements overall, except that one here where there was his Shogunate Guard infantry against the Red Bear in the forest. It was not so efficient for him, but still. He got the cav charges off, the Tosa was unable to kite. Essentially, the fight began before the Tosa got effective in this game, so that's not how you want it to happen. You want to use your Tosa while denying engagements, because if you brought a Tosa, this means you have not much firepower, because the Tosa is so expensive and doesn't have as many men, so you have to take your time methodically with the game, and it's not what happened here. And probably if we look at the stats of the Tosa, then do well. 13 kills, that's nothing. For the rest of the units, well, I don't really need to analyze this because it's pretty clear what happened. Yeah, look at the revolver defending that left flank. The revolver, yeah, the Shogunate Guard infantry died, but because the revolver was right behind it, was able to mess up all the units that charged the Shogunate Guard infantry, making what could have been an effective trade for Bruce a very ineffective one. So that's game 2. Currently, Chaos is on match point, and I don't see him winning. I don't see him losing the third game, but we'll see if he will manage that feat. We'll be back in game 3. This is game 3. Match point for Chaos. Bruce has to win 3 games in a row if he actually wants to advance to the next round, which, considering how the first 2 games went, I don't think Bruce is going to be able to change the course of this match. At least so far, it's not looking like it. He really has to shape up in this third game if he wants to advance, but still, even if you put like some of the best Follow the Samurai players in this position, they would not be able to win 3 games in a row. And I mean, Chaos Blade is one of the best right now as well, so yeah, this is going to be difficult. Anyway, for Chaos Blade, let's see what he actually has on the field. We see a general here, the usual one that he uses. Again, the standard 40 Yariki, which mostly everyone uses. Of course, rank 2 there, rank 3 here. 3, yeah. 2 Yariki. 150 range Royal Marine. Looks like 2 Red Bears. How many in total? 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, just 4 Red Bears. This one is an Azure. Then we see a Revolver Cav right here. Saber Cav, 2 of them rank 2. And yeah, that's about it. Now let's look at the build of Bruce. Revolver Cavalry. Okay, this is a nice change. The fact that Bruce is now bringing Revolver Cavalry, it's a great unit, of course. He has brought the usual 4 Yariki. 2 rank 2, 1 vanilla, 1 rank 3. Then, what do we see? Well, looks like some Spear Levy, 1 on each flank. And actually a second 150 range unit again. Red Bear rank 2 with Suppression Fire. Looks like more Red Bears. Another White Bear here. So, his build overall is good. I like Bruce's build. Except there's something that is a bit odd. And it's the fact that he has 2 150s on this map. There's 2 150s on this map. Well, let's take a look at how the map looks like. So you have like all these terrain line of sight blockers around the whole map. So really using 150 range here is going to be difficult. The only side where you could probably use 150 range is here. Or if you actually camp on top of this area here. This is where you could use 150 range. And where is his other 150 range? Okay, so he has one here. Then he has this one here. So I guess he is putting them where he can use the 150 range advantage, but it's still not gonna help him. Anyway, let's take a look at the situation here, shall we? So, we see Bruce moving up. Oh, what is this general doing here for Bruce? It's going up way too far out. Could get shot here if he's not careful. Nope, does not get shot. However, this engagement here for Bruce is really good at this moment, because Chaos Blade's forces are not actually firing, and this US Marine has already got around 50 kills. This is really good for Bruce. He popped suppression fire as well, but that was a bit early, I think. And yeah, now the Red Bear is... looks like it's targeting down the Spear Levy, interestingly enough. Oh, but Chaos Blade is going to get in some nice charges with the Yariki here. This is going to be massive. Bruce, late response with the Yariki, and now this completely changes around this flank. Now that the US Marines are stuck in melee with Yariki, this Red Bear is basically gone, and now we see more of Chaos Blade's units coming in. Chaos Blade didn't actually end up winning on the right flank. Bruce's infantry, the Marine there, did well. Oh, but really nice charge with this Yariki into that Red Bear. More charges coming in for Chaos Blade as well, and he's completely routed this flank of Bruce. Again, his right flank not looking so good, but he's still doing quite well here because he is routing off these units. And the center, he's trading so efficiently here. He's got his revolver coming around, but it should start targeting something else right now because that's not the proper target. So yeah, this is actually not looking as good as it could have looked for Chaos Blade. He didn't take the best engagements, but he's still taking good enough engagements. And again, I think the reason why Bruce is not doing good this game is because this flank got completely charged by Yariki. Had a unit here that just moved up, didn't get a single shot off, and got charged by a Yariki in the face. Looks like he did even lose all 3 dojos, apparently, but now this one's gonna get decapped. So yeah, Sword Dojo, Shrine, and Workshop. I forgot to even say which dojos they are, but yeah, this did not go well for Chaos, not for Chaos, but Bruce at all. Still, it was a much better game for him than the previous 2, but again, quite a bit in Chaos Blade's favor. Bruce really doesn't have enough units left. Yes, this infantry, the Marine, is doing work. And that is going to be it. As we see this infantry, the Marine, getting shot to pieces, routing away. And yes, that is game. So Chaos Blade ends up taking the match 3-0 pretty easily for him. That did not seem too difficult to end up winning. I mean, there was a clear difference of class between these players. You could see that Chaos Blade has more experience overall. Let's look at the stats, just for kicks and giggles. Revolver Cav not getting as many kills as you would think. Quite sure what it got killed by, but look at that Saber Cav and the Yarikis. Yeah, the Cav, like I said, for Chaos Blade, carried him the game. Even this Royal Marine doing alright. So yeah, for Bruce, his Marines were doing quite a bit of damage until they got charged, of course. And that was it for him. So yeah, that's the match. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to comment and subscribe. Follow me on social media. I'll see you next time.